Hi, welcome back. On this episode, we're going to install a rocker panel. So we're working on the 86 Pontiac Pre-Gen. We have a few other videos doing some work on the fender, replacing this piece, doing the front of the door post and everything, and now it's time to get the new rocker panel. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification button. Also, check me out on Instagram at Clara Garage and at Facebook at Clara Garage. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so I already pre-bent up the rocker panel. So it's going to be one solid piece from the front all the way to the back, except for the portion that's a little bit heavier metal below the front door post. I've already primed and painted the back side of it, because once we get it welded on, all we're going to be able to do is drill a couple access holes to spray some oil in, and that'll be it. So I wanted to pre-protect it best I can. The outside of it is still bare metal, so it's nice and easy to weld on and everything, and then we'll paint this eventually as well. I painted the back side, and then I made all my holes for my rosebud welds. This way I wouldn't have to go and clean up the inside, there'd be no paint or anything in them. And I just have a pneumatic tool that punches them all out, so it's pretty quick and painless. And then on the car side of things, I painted inside of there as well, and I cleaned up where we're going to weld so we can get a good solid weld. So we're going to do a quick walkthrough so we can see what's there. The welds that are going to be in behind it, I didn't grind them. You could grind them just so they look better, but once you get that rocker panel on, they're never going to be seen again. So I didn't want to spend any time grinding the welds or anything like that. Just the way they are, that's how they stay. And so that saves a little bit of time. Yeah, so here's the very front of it. This is a little bit thicker metal coming down from the door post. And we have a video on making this as well. This is all new. And then this is all new as well up here. So we're going to be carrying right along. And we'll be coming all the way back to here. And it buds up to here, and we'll do some welds. But we are going to replace this piece, probably another video. But it's not a very big piece. It's pretty pitted. It would maybe be okay, but we're this far into it, so I figure we might as well cut it probably about there, make a new piece. It should be pretty quick and painless. Alright, we're going to use some vice grips to get the rocker panel on, and then we'll be able to start tacking it in place, and should be pretty good. Alright, we got a couple vice grips holding the rocker panel on. We'll take a quick look, and then we're able to start tacking it in place and welding it all the way once we like how it's fitting for sure. Once we get our couple tacks in, we can start taking our vice grips off, and we'll make sure everything's fitting properly, and then we can weld it up. Alright, we got that tacked in place. We got all our vice grips off. It's looking pretty good. We're going to weld it all up off camera because it's going to take quite a while. And when we're done welding, we'll take a look and see what it looks like. But this is what it looks like so far. It's looking pretty good. We'll be able to get through this fairly quick once we get working on it, just taking our time. And it should turn out pretty decent. One thing I should mention, I bent that rocker panel up off camera, but I gotta bend one up for the other side, and I was planning on bending that one up on camera. I was kind of rushing to get this done. It's been apart for a while, and I just wanted to make some headway. But I did use my big brake to bend most of it up, and I did a little bit of fine tuning with the English wheel, the punching hammer, and I even used the bead roller a little bit too. And it turned out pretty good. It's a pretty long piece to work with quite a few bends on it, but it turned out pretty good, and I'm quite happy with it. Alright, so we got this all welded in. We got our welds ground. We could use a little touch-up maybe, but it's looking pretty good. And there's a chrome piece that runs across here, and I've fitted that, and it fits nice, so it's good. The bottom line, you can see I have green tape on here. So you can see this green tape that I put on here. So it's stuck down about a 1/4 inch or so lower. I typically leave the bottom a little bit longer, and then I mark it off. I find the thickness of the tape is about the same thickness that factory would have had it. And then, so I put the tape across so it's easy to keep a nice line all the way across. And then I went with my grinder, and I cut it as straight as I could, and then we're able to pull the tape off. And that's going to look pretty good. I can use a little bit of cleanup in a few spots. I got a little off target there, but it's going to be pretty good, and will look good going down the road. I still need to grind this section right here. It's just hard with the hoist arm in place, so I'll probably at some point jack up the back end of the car so I can swing this hoist arm out of the way for a couple minutes just to grind that up so it's done before I put any primer or anything on. And then I'm not going to do it in this video, but I need to cut from about here down off and remake this piece. It's pretty pitted. I'm this far into it, so I might as well do that as well. And then I still need to cut a piece and weld it in for that. This section was bad here too, so I cut it out, but what's left is pretty solid. So I'll make that work, and then I'll clean this up the way it should look, and it'll be pretty awesome. Alright, so I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to do a similar video on the other side, but a lot more in depth when I do the rocker panel on that side. This side, it's right next to the wall. The lighting's not as good, so it's a little bit harder to get good camera angles for recording and showing stuff. The other side will be easier. So it's probably going to be a little while before I get around to the other side. I want to get this side all buttoned up, get the inner fender and everything back in, and just get this side closed up and done. I'm still going to have to do from the rear axle back, and there's a few body spots like around the rear wheel well and that I'm going to have to still do too. But I'm just trying to get the main section of the car done and be able to get the interior back in permanently, and then I don't have to keep moving around my garage. So that's kind of my big goal, and getting this section done, and when I get the other section done, the car is going to be good and solid for the most part, so I'll be able to have it back down on the ground and easier to move it around. Right now I have a lot of stuff loose, like the body mounts and everything, and when I had everything cut out, I didn't want to really move the car much because there's so much cut out. It was at the point where it was borderline getting flimsy. So now it's getting nice and strong. So it's just as good, if not better than factory. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button. And check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Clara Garage. Have a great day.